guys, welcome back. Today I am going to be talking about arranging work experience in a pandemic. So this was inspired by A-level students I've been talking to who are trying to arrange work experience specifically in a healthcare setting like a hospital or a GP, and have been getting a lot of no's back. Understandably, work experience opportunities were paused for the safety of people, because you want to limit that exposure time in the hospital if it's not absolutely necessary. And so I guess that puts you in a predicament if you're trying to apply for work experience, because in your personal statement you still have to show that you've been able to have some sort of experience that relates with the course you're applying to. So I thought I'd just hopefully give some tips on how to get some sort of work experience in a time like this. Firstly, I'd still encourage you to apply to hospitals and GPs, even if at this time, they're still saying no. It will be good to still have you on record that you have applied. So if they do start accepting people again, hopefully you'll be one of the first to know. And if they are offering sort of any alternative experience opportunities, again, hopefully you'll be able to get that first-hand insider knowledge because you have applied to them and they have your name on the system. I'd also encourage you to just follow up with them too, because they get a lot of applications through. So there's nothing wrong with every couple of months just sending an email saying, "Oh, hi, I applied. I was just wondering whether you are accepting people now or whether you have any sort of alternatives on offer." I personally think that shows you in a good light as well, because you're being proactive, but also gauge that with the current circumstances with pandemic and any sort of rules and regulations in terms of exposure to people and in hospitals where you're at. Another sort of opportunity to tap into is virtual experiences that are being offered, so virtual work experience platforms that are being offered by a wide range of organizations. So this has come through because we are in a pandemic, and it's totally understandable that you're not able to get an in-person experience, so things are being put in place to give you an alternative way to do that, which is with these virtual work experience opportunities. A couple that I came across just through searching was the Observe GP by the Royal College of General Practitioners. Gotta plug that, being a GP trainee myself. They have come up with this, what looks like a great platform to be able to still get that understanding of what it's like working in a healthcare setting. I know Brighton and the Brighton Sussex Medical School also have a virtual work experience platform they offer. And I would ask also your local hospital trusts, because I know where I work, we got an email sent around saying they're trying to put a virtual thing together, and I know a lot of different trusts around the country are doing that too, so it would be worth getting in touch with them to find out what they're doing with that. And even not specifically sort of medically related, or still medicine, but like allied medical professionals. I read Boots were trying to come up with one as well, like a virtual work experience opportunity for people to sign up to, so that's something to keep an eye on. And even if you don't want to apply to medicine or anything like that, it's I'm sure in your different fields these will be on offer too, so it's always worth doing a search. Another way is to go through volunteer organizations. So you might already be doing this anyway, because it's really great. I remember being in college and being encouraged to volunteer. A lot of places similar to hospitals in terms of reducing contact time have stopped a lot of their volunteer opportunities, but there are things that still have to go on despite a pandemic. Just like, for example, with key services still need to go ahead, and a lot of that is powered by volunteer or supported by volunteer organizations. So organizations such as the Royal Voluntary Service are still carrying on with their activities to an extent, and are They're, you know, volunteers are who help them to do this. So that's one way. I'm sure even churches, for example, they're still, and other religious organizations, they are still helping with sort of food deliveries and helping those who have limited mobility, dropping things off for them, helping people who are homeless at the point in time. You know, there's lots of volunteer organizations still carrying on with their activities because they are so vital and so needed, and they need volunteers to be able to do that. So that's one way to be able to get some experience. It might not be specifically healthcare related, but it's what you get out from it, you know, the quality of it. And there are a lot of transferable skills, as they say, that you will learn from working within a volunteer team that are applicable to working in a sort of healthcare organization as well. So yes, it's definitely worth tapping into that resource, and in doing so you'll be helping to bring about amazing impact through those organizations as well. Last but not least, YouTube. Like, it sounds weird, like but it is another good way to get some sort of understanding of what it is working in the healthcare field. A lot of hospitals and even just medic YouTubers around will take you around in a day in the life, you know, on the wards or in GP. So it's definitely worth looking into that, and a lot of them will talk about their experience of being a doctor, being a pharmacist. I'm sure there are some even talking about what it's like being a lawyer if we want to pivot to a completely like different field. So it will definitely be worth going through YouTube, looking through the experiences or YouTube channels of people who are offering this, and even some specific organizations as well. Aside from like individual people, they talk about what it's like working in a profession. And so yes, I would encourage you to look through that as well, to be able to gain an understanding and an experience of what it's like in that career or in that particular field. Just to encourage you, hopefully a lot of universities, or most, I'm sure, if not all, will understand that it's been difficult to organize work experience. This goes for medical schools as well as part of the universities. They will understand that we are in a pandemic. Applications still need to go on. Medical students still need to be enrolled so that, you know, we have doctors going forward still. And so as long as you put in your personal statement and show that you've been proactive in trying to get that work experience, I'm sure they'll understand. I'm sure they will. If you can think of any other ways in which people can get work experience, comment down below. If you have links to specific like virtual work experience opportunities or organizations who are putting this on, post down below as well. It's good to share and care. Sharing is caring, as they say. So that we can all sort of help out to encourage and signpost people to these opportunities. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!